on my path to create welding art, but not just welding art, to repair, renovate, modify, Frankensteiniate. I'm collecting things as I learn to solder, as I learn to weld, and so what I've found is going through Facebook Marketplace and looking at stuff that people are offering for free is a good place to get electrical supplies. Now, this is a little crazy, I agree, but right now I'm learning. But what I do know is that a lot of these items cost a lot of money were I to need to buy them. Once you know the specs of a transformer, and it isn't very hard if you know where the item came from, you can get circuit diagrams, and also you can just look at the unit itself, and usually the boards have information printed on the board. So it is my idea, and I may be wrong, that once I get good at soldering, then I'm going to probably need to get good at identifying things on a soldering or on a PCB. And then from there is where I can maybe do some transplants and repair and replace things. But on this path I've been finding different people online that recommend certain things to salvage. For instance, this is from a refrigerator. It's a very special type of, this is a compressor. It's a refrigeration compressor. And within it, because a compressor is basically a motor, is a very special kind of motor with a very special kind of stator. We've got some special capacitors here. We've got a very unique audio board with a special heat sink tunnel, and there's lots of little motors and little generators and little, potentiometers and all kinds of cool stuff, right? And so as I've been salvaging, I've been noticing that some things yield amazing rewards. Like that's all I got from the refrigerator. It was a lot of work, and that's all I got. But this old ass audio component that was being thrown away, I got two very, very unique and powerful looking transformers and all of these boards. And namely, I mean, look at that board. Look at those caps. Look at that tunnel for the cooling. So there's lots of good parts. I just don't know yet what's extremely valuable. So I want to just kind of have everything on hand because as well, I can learn to desolder. Now, to get to the point, I have kind of stopped gathering resources, or foraging, I call it, because I get most of my stuff for free or from dumpsters in my apartment building. When people move out, people, just throw old stuff away, and I've been, doing pretty well with that. And microwaves are a very special unit, right? Well, with microwaves, you get like all the big stuff. That's a magnetometer and a transformer, a very large one. Magnetometer and a transformer, and then you get a stepper motor, you get some switches, you get a smaller transformer, you get capacitors. So microwaves are a very good source of like multiple items that are useful for projects immediately. So I came across this. Someone was offering this for free. Now, what you don't see here is the oven that I dismantled today, and we'll get there in a second. But this is a wall-mounted Kenmore Elite microwave oven combo. Now, this is one of those $3,300 units. It's quality, but it was getting an error code, and so he just pulled it out and he put something new in. But I went to his house to pick it up, and it was within the realm of repair. But I'm not really interested. I mean, I'm going to try and sell these doors. He recommended, because they don't make this unit anymore, that door could fetch me $150 because if someone owns this $3,500 unit and they break the glass, they don't want to buy another $3,500 unit because they can't replace the glass. So it makes sense. I'll try and sell it. This also is a glass control board, right? Really heavy. You can't see that it's heavy, but now in the back here is, or was, if I'm correct, two boards, which we'll show you the two boards. Now, what I'm going to show you here is I haven't even broken to the microwave yet. All right, now we turn around. This is all from the oven, and in the casing between the oven and the microwave, that's the broiler on your oven. But let's just talk about what came before I even opened the oven. I got that board. That's an impressive looking board with a bunch of relays. I got that was inside. That was at the top of the oven. I got this like $60 fuse holder. I believe that was outside the case. That was inside, but both of those, and that's just a really good motor with good quality cables and a fan attached as well. Oh wait, no, you know what? This one might be for, I bet you this one was for, I got a one of those old fireplaces that has like a little Christmas kind of light theme. I think this actually might have been from the fireplace. So we're going to remove this. Yeah, that's from the fireplace. We're going to put him back over here because he wasn't a part of this booty. And what I wanted to show is this is just from the oven and in between the oven and the microwave. When I go into that microwave, the quality of components that this microwave is going to have is going to be far better than the stuff I've already got, which is good. I can do some pretty cool projects because the microwaves that I got were higher power. So if you're going to do some kind of salvaging, it does pay. It's a lot of work, but it does pay to get the high-end units. And let me show you the worst part of this. I forgot that insulation has what's it called? Fiberglass in it. This is the oven chassis, and all of the insulation that I just was handling with all of my skin exposed, thinking, oh no, they banned, and I wasn't making the connection, they banned asbestos long ago. Well, yeah, they banned asbestos, but there's still fiberglass. So I've been miserable all afternoon, and no matter what, I could not finish getting these two more of these powerful motors out of here. The nut on the fan on the other side is stuck, and I'm just going to give up on these. I might try and cut them out because I can still use the frame, this one, but the blade on the other side is screwed, and the rotor. But I'm probably going to have to say goodbye to those. But the point of that is there's two additional things, and the glass for the oven, and that's the backing glass. So that's a lot of stuff before I even get to the microwave, which is the highest prize. And then there is, it looks like a crazy fucking hoarder's house. This is all the wiring, and the wiring is the shroud is super, it's like a silky smooth, but I mean, you can tell by the shroud, it's not just cheap Chinese plastic. It's a good, strong, durable shroud. Some of it's like a fabric material. This is like a greasy, oily, silky stuff, and they're all labeled. Like they all have a label where they end up. I've got some of the corrugated steel for high power. Look at that. Look at the high power electric. You know, I've got within here, there's some other cool stuff like, you know, an outlet. There's still lots of good stuff in this wiring too. So yeah, man, impressive take. I can't wait to get to that. And then I'm done foraging for a while.